Okay, this is page 2 in the packet? Yeah. I mean, we did page 1 and it felt like we did a lot, but it was just like one page. Okay, so the next topic is going to be substitution. Have you guys ever done this topic before, like solving with substitution? Okay, I'm thinking a lot of you are a no, but that's why I just wanted to double check. So the reason I'm trying to check ahead of time is how I want to approach teaching it to you, like how much information I should give you. So systems of equations, like to start with, means that we're going to have two different equations each time. Both of them will have like an x or a y, most likely. They don't have to, but that's probably how they'll be set up. And our goal is to figure out an xy pair that works in both of them. The way we did it for graphing is we just figured out where they crossed. And that's relatively straightforward. The problem with it is that once the equations get kind of terrible, well, then you can't really even tell where they cross. So there's pluses and minuses. Solving by substitution means that we're going to take the information from one equation and substitute it into the other. I would say up at the top of this page, you should probably put a note to yourself. The whole goal for solving by substitution is that one equation must say x equals or y. You can't solve by substitution unless that's the case. And that's going to be the main thing you're going to need to remember for that topic. Bailey. Oh, no, we're just calling it you to start with. You have the roller. Does one of the two equations say x equals or y equals? Correct. So yes. I was giving you a nice easy question to start. Then you can roll after that. That's why I figured it'd be okay. Okay, so our first question that we're going to try together absolutely is set up correct to start with. If it isn't, then we have to make that setup, right? So like this one's okay. We're starting with this. The way we're going to do substitution. Currently, wait, no, let's call somebody. Who do we have?
36.
That is nobody. It's a good start. White, we got white.
3.
Ira. Trying to think how to phrase it. If you can't, we'll go on to somebody else. How's that? We'll give you a chance first. What does the equal sign mean? Do you remember what the equal sign stands for? What it means? Should I go on to somebody else? Okay, we'll pick somebody else. Don't worry. Anna. It's the same question. What does the equal sign mean? Like if I write some kind of garbage equal to some other kind of garbage.
That means they're the same.
Perfect, that's exactly what I'm looking for. The whole point of the equal sign means that these are the same as each other. So if it says x equals, that means I can put that in place of x because they're the same as each other. So in the other equation, I'm going to take what x was equal to and put it in place of x. That's the whole point of what substitution, okay, that's not what I was trying to do. That's the whole point of what substitution is. If it says x equals or y equals, you're going to substitute that in for it. So under these two lines, I'm going to rewrite, but instead of writing an x, I'm going to write what x was equal to. This is generally the hardest step for the whole problems. Like, this is generally the hardest part for some people to, like, for their brain to, like, figure out. And it'll make sense when I'm showing you too, but the hardest part is, like, when you're doing it on your own. So if it says x equals, that means this can be put in place of x, and so that's what I'm gonna do. Number one error, somebody will put this in place of that x. And then it's just gonna say the same thing equal to the same thing. And then they'll get confused because there's no kind of answer. So, maybe we should have somebody help me. So I think you guys should know how to solve this, and I think you're pretty good at that by now.
9.
9 is Paige. Paige, do you remember how to, like, work this problem from here?
Kind of. You have to multiply the 3 to both numbers in parentheses.
Perfect, so you're basically just kind of like doing stuff, like simplifying. Yep, that's exactly what I would do. So 6y minus 3 minus 2y equals minus 3. Oh, I don't like that it's minus 3 on both, but we'll see how that works out.
And then you add the 3.
Okay, yeah, there's quite a few orders we could do, they're all correct. Like, if you were looking at this one differently, and you did it in a different order, that's still probably correct. That's the 3 you probably meant?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were keeping the y's on one side and moving the numbers to the other. Okay, so 6y minus 2y equals 0.
And then you add 2y to the 6y.
Yes, subtract, but yes.
Oh.
I mean, you meant it, it's the same thing. So 4y,
Oh.
oh,
I was gonna say that, but then I thought you flipped the signs, cause it was,
if they're on the same side as the equal sign, you just put them together.
okay, and
Or
then you-
railroad tracks for those of you who like the railroad track.
Yeah, and then you divide by 4.
Correct. And so we get y equals 0. I don't really have much more. Is there more space underneath? Not really. New person. Nice job, Paige. Uh-oh.
26.
26. Oh, Ruth's gone. She will probably be super happy to hear that she got called out when she was gone.
4.
4. Kaya? Wait, did you guys switch? No. Haley, you're 5. Oh, that's because there's a tall person in that middle desk, so they didn't want the short desk. They just didn't switch the stickers yet. I take it that didn't get done on Friday. So your desk still says 5?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, well, you're 4. Like, I think we're smart enough to figure it out. That was a very good attempt at trying to pass it on. Are we done?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Oh, no?
Are we done?
Well, that's what I was asking you. You just asked me the same question I asked you.
I think we're done.
You think we're done?
Where do you put the y in the top x?
What would that do?
Do 2, like, times 0?
Perfect. So our answers to every single one of these problems should be 2 numbers, just like the graphing ones. Our answer should be an x and a y. So you're gonna find the first answer. The second answer will come from the one that you substitute. So this says x is 2 times whatever y is, minus 1. So x is negative 1. That was a good answer. That wasn't obvious at all.
Why is it negative?
I don't know, just because it was. What are you trying to ask me specifically?
I thought you put it into the
So we found y first. It kind of matters which one you find
Oh,
first.
that's only if you don't have the two finished equations with x equals or y equals, right?
Yeah, we're gonna run into some of those weird ones, yes.
Where you have to put in the y and the x.
No.
Do you have
I
it?
think what you are thinking of is checking to see if it worked. So we were trying to get to the point where we actually found a pair of answers. So now that we've found the answer is negative 1, 0, if you wanted to, you could plug negative 1, 0 into both equations to see if it works in both. I don't really have a lot of space, so I'm not gonna make you guys do that, but that's what we could do. So like I could say negative 1 equals 2 times 0 minus 1, figure out if it works. And then I could say 3 times negative 1 minus 2 times 0, does that equal negative 3? And
How
check
did we
it.
get negative 1? What did we get? Oh, it's
Are you answering your own question?
trying to.
Okay, what did you ask?
I said, how do we get the negative 1? It's not x.
Like, are you saying where does the negative 1 come from?
Yeah.
Okay. So we started off by saying x equals start with. So 2 times y minus 1 is the same thing as x. We figured out a y answer, so if we want to know an x answer, we put that y answer in there. And so we get 2 times 0 minus 1, which is negative 1. So that tells us that that's the x answer.
Oh.
It's going to matter which one you find first, because it's not always going to be one way or the other. I don't know, how are we feeling about this one? Semi okay? I went through it pretty slow, I tried to. Okay, I'm going to skip number 2 for now and go to number 3, because number 3 is easier than 2. Because I think we can do you guys think you could try 2 on your own yet? I don't know if we're at that. Yeah, sure, why not try it? If it goes terribly, we'll do it together anyway. So just try it. See if you can do 2. You need to do something to wake up your brain. Like write something down, that'll at least
Which
somewhat
one?
wake yourself. What?
Which problem?
The far right. You're right, they're not numbered. I'm just kind of making up the numbers. Yes, the far right problem. The middle one you won't know how to do yet. Oh no, number 3 is a weird one. That was super mean of me. You can blame me. Did you guys get partway through and then it seemed like it went wrong? Yeah. You did it correct if you got partway through and it seems like it went wrong. I was trying to assign number 5. That's okay. We're gonna end up doing a lot of these together before you try your own. So I was planning on doing at least half of this page together. I know we normally try to stop about 9 o'clock-ish. We'll go a little bit longer today, but that's okay. We can at least roll on somebody to tell us how to start, because the start should be the same no matter what. Should be,
17, but no one's there.
you look worried like somebody's going to blame you for being rolled. The whole point of the bingo roller is it's chance. Totally fair.
25.
25. How did you start the third one? Or were you able to start the third one? Should I start with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you figured out what to substitute.
Mm-hmm.
So where did you put this? Okay. Oh, good. So into the second equation. Yep. Okay, good. So what did you write? What did you write instead of that?
1 parentheses 6x plus 2.
Oh, okay, sure, that absolutely works.
Negative 6x equals 2.
Okay, good. This will work if you don't put the 1 as well. But I'm gonna guess you put that there because you like to multiply it out each time type thing? Sure. So if you put a 1 in the front, it works. If you left off the 1, it still works. Okay, so if I multiply out this 1, or just take off the parentheses, I get 6x plus 2 minus 6x equals 2. And I bet some of you minus 2 next. The order you do this actually doesn't matter, but. So then this is gonna say 6x minus 6x equals 0. And then you decided to put together the two 6x's, and you got 0x, which actually is just nothing. If you have 0x, you don't have anything. So then we get to this point, and it all seems like it went badly, which is sort of true. This, however, still tells us an answer. It's not no solution. Because I'm assuming some of you thought this was no solution. If I graphed both of these lines, let's see, y equals 6x plus 2 would be up 2, and then a slope of 6, which is like way up there, so super steep. Looks like that. If I graph the second line, I get the exact same equation. They're actually, okay, that's really bad. Let's pretend I drew that on top of each other. Sure. They're directly on top of each other. So, everything canceled out. I want to write this a different color. This is the little note you're going to want to write to yourself. Did some of you put the 6 x's together first, and this said 2 equals 2? Maybe. So the reason I'm writing it like this is because 2 equals 2 is going to be the same answer as 0 equals 0. The same thing is there. This is actually what you're going to write instead of no solutions. You have an infinite number of solutions because the lines are on top of each other and they cross everywhere. It's really a weird answer. But that's what it means when you don't have like an x or y, you just have nothing. I knew I should have just done 2 right away. Do you guys feel ready to tackle 2 probably? Sure, sounds good. You guys are given all sorts of responses anyway. We need somebody to help me with 2. Oh, I was like, nope, I bet that's 36. What's wrong with number 2?
There's no like x equals or y equals.
Perfect. Neither one of them say x equals or y equals. So what we have to do is make one of the equations say x equals or y equals. Now one of these is actually pretty close to doing that. If I look at that top equation, it says 5x equals. So that's pretty close. How would we make it a regular x instead of 5x? How do you get rid of the 5? I guess is what I'm asking, but you're correct. Divide by 5 because it's times. So I am going to divide everything by 5. That definitely doesn't look like a 5, but go with it. I'm going to divide everything in that top equation by 5 because then it's what we wanted. So then this would say x equals 3 plus 2y.
Yep.
Okay. Good start. Bailey. Wait a minute. How did our desk get screwed up? Why is 22 right there? Well, Callum, you're in 22. Did you, I don't imagine you did. I don't think you care enough to switch the desks. I guarantee it's somebody in one of my other classes that had 22 last trimester and feels really attached to 22. Because I kind of remember somebody asking me. But you're 22. We'll just switch that here. Do you feel like you could help me start this one? Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. Good, very good. So you're going to put that in place of x. Plus 7y equals 31. Very good. I'll go through and finish this one kind of instead of calling on people so that we can go a little bit faster so you guys have time to work. You guys, I think, are pretty good that you just know to multiply that out. So 9 plus 6y plus 7y equals 31. It kind of seems like the consensus is to subtract the 9 first. So I'm going to get 6y plus 7y equals 22.
Do you get the same answer if you...
Wait a minute. I remember this in my answer key. I changed the number because I think there's a typo. Yes. In my answer key, I changed 31 into 35. I was going to say, because this is a terrible answer, and that's not the goal here. The goal here is for you to learn substitution, not worry about terrible answers. So 35 minus 9 would be 26. Yeah. If you are really good at these and you can do a couple steps in your head, like I'm okay with you subtracting the 9 and adding those two together in the same step. Like I think some of you are good enough that you do a couple things at once. If you aren't, this is fine. This is how you do it. So since these are on the same side, I can just put them together. So then I get 2. So I got an answer. Bailey? Serena, how do we finish it off again? Because we've only got one number.
And you have to plug the y into the x equals equation.
Okay, good. Just so you guys know, you actually can put the y into any of the equations and it'll work. We usually use that one because it's set up really easy and quick. But you can actually put it into any of them. So don't feel like you're stressed out because you don't remember where to put it. It can be any of them. So I'm going to do x equals 3 plus 2y, but now I know what y is. Y is 2. 7? Good. We got an answer. A majority of yours are going to be like this, where you get normal, regular answers. If I remember correctly, I don't think I ran into a single fraction answer yet. I got most of the key made up. But you are going to run into weird ones that have an infinite number of solutions. And then I'm going to do the one with you that has no solutions. That's going to be number 4 or the bottom left. So if you guys went ahead, because I think some of you go ahead. What? You did all of them but number 4? Jeez. What you're going to find is it's going to look a lot like that one up top that just things don't work out right. Sure, somebody can tell me how to start, because that's going to be the same every time no matter what.
got myself.
Excellent. Now, you can exclude yourself if you want. Okay. I mean, I already called on you once anyway. See, it's just like predetermined that your desk can be called on every time.
19.
19, who's 19? Riley? Riley, how do I start these off with substitution? Does one of them say x equals or y equals?
You put the 5x in the place of the y.
Okay, good. Good, did that. Now what does it say? If I put the 5x in place of y, it should say 5x instead of y.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 5x. Keep telling me what to write.
5x minus 5x equals 9.
Perfect. Good. And then 5x minus 5x is the only thing we can do, and that is 0x. 0x is the same thing as nothing. And this is similar to the note up there, but it's different information remaining. They're not the same number. That's going to be the only way you tell the difference between infinite number of answers and no answer. If I were to graph these two lines, they would be parallel because they have the same slope. So they would never cross. So I think a lot of you are very good at visualizing the graphs and how that works. If they cross once, you get one answer, one pair of numbers. If they never cross, you get no answers. If they're on top of each other, that's every possible crossing point. Are we feeling pretty decent about these probably? And why? Well, we're 40 minutes into class and we still can't get responses, so this is a successful day.
How do you do the next one?
How do I do the next one? Why is the next one harder? I mean, we'll still do it, but what?
Just like when you put in the 3 and the y,
Correct.
you get x minus 3y equals -4. You get 2 from there.
You get x minus.
Minus 3. Because I think I heard you say 3. Why?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one's weird because you already have one answer. Like, rather than it being an equation, it's already one answer. So you still substitute it, but you're substituting in a number, and that's your second answer right away. And that's your pair. Do you guys want me to finish off the front page with you, or do you want, I don't know what? Oh my goodness. I sort of heard the half answer. I heard
I
one
said
word.
finish off the front page.
Finish off the front page, sure. And actually, if you look at this last one, it's similar to this one.
Yeah.
You have one answer already. That one says y equals, but it's actually already a number answer. So you substituted into the other one, but you are done immediately. Okay, we need one more person to be called on. And we are done for the day.
38.
Third, that's definitely not somebody.
33.
I thought you were gonna say 37. Nobody. You have a talent for rolling, like everybody who's gone. Number 5, Haley. What are we gonna listen to today while you guys work?
I don't know.
You don't know? Why do you not know that? Are you gonna pretend that you don't listen to music at all?
I don't.
See, it's weird how many people say that when I call on them, and then they literally have headphones in. I'm not saying you do. You don't listen to the radio in the car.
I do, but I don't.
So like car's total silence, every drive.
Mhm.
You're a bad liar. Do you just want a regular radio station? Do you want
Yeah.
Spotify? Okay, what kind of radio station?
I really.
That is very specific. It's very difficult to get that one wrong. Do you guys like more KBWB-ish? Do you like something 7-ish? Oh my God. What's funny is this is the same group of people in different hours, different friends. You guys would not stop talking. Yeah, I don't know who I'm talking. I don't know who I'm looking at right there. Virtually everybody in here that I had wouldn't stop talking. Oh my gosh. Fine. You're the lamest